If you've ever posted content and thought, this should be working better than it is, you're probably right. The problem isn't your business and it's not the algorithm. We're in 2026. The algorithm is definitely not broken at this point. It's that no one ever explained to you how content distribution actually works. Let me start with a situation I see constantly. A business owner finally decides to take content seriously. They post consistently for a few weeks, sometimes even a full month. They check the numbers, see a few hundred views with no obvious leads, so they reach one of three conclusions. 1, the algorithm hates them. 2, their industry doesn't work on social media, or the content is not worth the effort. And what I want to do in this video is show you why that conclusion is almost always wrong. And it's not because you need better lighting. It's because you misunderstood how distribution actually works. Once you understand that, content stops feeling random and starts feeling predictable. This video will walk you through 4 things. Firstly, how Instagram and TikTok actually decide who sees your content. Second, why most business videos never get very far, even when they're well made. Third, why consistency beats virality for real businesses. And finally, why most businesses quit right before the content starts working. Nothing in this video is going to be theory. It's going to be how these platforms actually behave. So let's start with the most foundational thing to understand. The most important thing to know by far about social media before we even talk about algorithms, gates, or virality is that social media is not primarily a sales tool. It's a trust building tool. People don't usually see one video and immediately buy from a service business. That's not how real buying decisions work. What actually happens is much quieter. People see you once, then again a few weeks later, then again a month after that. They don't comment, they don't like, they don't DM. But mentally, they're filing you away. So when something breaks, when a problem shows up, when they finally need help, they don't Google you from scratch, they remember you. That's the job of social media for businesses. It's not instant conversion, it's not virality, it's familiarity, credibility, recall. That's it. So if that's the real job of social media, the next question becomes obvious. How do the platforms actually decide who gets familiar with you and who never sees you at all? To answer that, you need to understand how the algorithm actually works. And here's the most important thing to know. The algorithm is not judging your business. It's not emotional. It's definitely not rooting against you. It's a simple matchmaker. Its entire job is to answer one simple question. Who is the next person most likely to care about this piece of content? It watches behavior, specifically what people watch, what they skip, what they rewatch, what they share, and what they save. Based on those signals, it makes predictions. If people respond well, it keeps matching. If they don't, it stops. There's no opinions, there's no so-called favoritism, it's just probabilities. Now, here's the part most business owners miss. The algorithm actually does not show your video to everyone at once. Instead, your content moves through gates. Think of content distribution like airport security. You don't walk straight onto the plane. You pass through checkpoints, and each checkpoint asks a simple question. Based on what we've seen so far, should this move forward or stop here? Instagram and TikTok work the same way. Every video passes through multiple gates, and most videos never make it past the early ones. Let's walk through this gates concept using an example HVAC business. So imagine a local HVAC company posts a reel. The first gate that reel encounters is basic eligibility. It asks questions like, is this content original? Is it clear? Is it not spammy, misleading, or recycled? Most real businesses pass this gate without even realizing it, so the video moves forward. Gate 2 is where most videos die. Let's call it the initial audio test. This is absolutely critical. The video is shown to a small group of people, not thousands, not tens of thousands, usually a few hundred. And here's what the platform asks. Do people stop scrolling? Do they stay past the first few seconds? Do they finish the video? And do they engage in any way? Now, let's compare two HVAC videos. Version A starts like this. Hi everyone, this is Mike from Mike's Heating and Air, and today I just wanted to talk about nothing wrong with Mike. He's actually a pretty cool dude, but most people scroll away before second 3. So the platform makes a simple decision. People didn't stay, so we're not opening the next gate. So the video stalls. Version B starts like this. If your AC keeps breaking every summer, this is probably why. Same mic with the same expertise, but with a different outcome. People stop, they watch it, they lean in, so the video passes gate 2. Now, gate 3 is expanded distribution. The video is shown to more people, maybe a few thousand this time, but the same test happens again. It asks the questions, do people still watch? Do they still engage? If yes, then the next gate opens. Gate 4 is the non-follower reach. Now the video starts reaching people who have never heard of this HVAC company. This is where business owners usually say, oh, it's finally picking up. But nothing magical happened. The video simply passed multiple tests in a row. Gate 5 is called Familiarity. This is the real goal for small service businesses. This is the stage most businesses should care about. People start seeing this HVAC company repeatedly. Not because one video went viral, but because several videos consistently passed early gates. This is where trust forms, and this is where phone calls start coming in. Here's what most business owners think. I posted a video and it flopped. Here's what actually happened. The video failed one specific test at one specific gate for one specific reason. That's good to know because now you're not guessing, you're adjusting. Instead of asking, why doesn't content work? You start asking, which gate did this fail and why? And when you trace almost every single failure back enough, it comes down to the same underlying issue. It's not reach, it's not frequency, it's retention. Now, retention isn't a buzzword. It's the currency of distribution, if you will. And think of attention like a bucket with a leak. Every second, people leak out, unless you give them a reason to stay. Reasons like a clear promise, a useful insight, a simple explanation, or a relatable problem. Most business videos leak immediately because they warm up too slowly. Think back to the Mike HVAC example. There's nothing wrong with what he said, he was just getting to the point too late. On social media, there is no warm-up. You earn attention second by second. And this is exactly where things start to go sideways. Because instead of fixing that problem, businesses are told something completely different. They're told the real issue is reach, and they're told they need to go viral. And that idea, more than almost anything else, has done the most damage to how businesses think about content. This is where most businesses get completely misled. They've been taught, honestly brainwashed into believing that the goal of social media is to go viral. So what happens? They hire a video production company, they say, we want viral content. The agency nods, a few videos get posted, they don't go viral, and then the business obviously fires the company on grounds of did not deliver and starts looking for another one. Not because the actual videos were bad, not because the strategy was wrong, but because the goal itself was broken. Here's the reality. Virality is unpredictable. It's temporary, and for most service businesses, almost completely useless. Let me say that again more clearly. Virality is not the same thing as trust. In fact, most viral videos do almost nothing to build trust with the people who actually matter to your business. Let me give you a concrete example. There's a company called Lucid Bots, and they make cleaning drones. Their audience is other window cleaning companies, professionals. One of their videos got 6.5 million views. It's a drone startling a cat. Very viral, very entertaining. People loved it. But ask yourself this honestly. If you're a window washing business owner watching that video, what did you learn? What problem did it solve for you? How did it help you trust that company more? It didn't. It entertained millions of people who were never going to buy from them. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. 1 million random people seeing your video is often worse than 100 of the right people seeing it. Because the right 100 understand the problem you solve, are likely to need you eventually, are actually capable of paying you, and are already in your market. 1 million random viewers just inflate a view count. Views don't pay invoices, trust does. This is where your business gets stuck in a loop. You chase viral moments, you judge success by spikes, and you confuse attention with progress. And then when the spike disappears, which it always does, you assume content stopped working. But it never worked the way you thought it did in the first place. Real business content isn't designed to explode. It's designed to repeat, to show up again and again, to explain the exact same problem from different angles, to slowly build familiarity. This is why consistency matters more than virality. When you post consistently, you give the algorithm more chances to test you, you pass early gates more often. That's how real businesses win with content, not by chasing the biggest number, but by earning the right attention repeatedly over time. Now, once you accept that, the next question becomes very practical. So how do you actually build that kind of attention without relying on luck or viral moments? The answer is stupid simple. It's consistency. Consistency trains the system. When you post regularly, the platform learns your topics, who responds, and what hooks work. So future videos pass gate 2 faster. This is what people mean when they say the algorithm starts favoring you. Again, it's not favoritism. The algorithm doesn't have emotions. It's simple pattern recognition. And here's the problem. Pattern recognition takes time, and most businesses don't give it enough. So here's the most important question. Why do most businesses quit too early? Most businesses quit at gate 2. They see modest views, no instant payoff, and assume failure. But they stop right before the system has enough data. That's not an algorithm problem, that's a timeline problem. Momentum comes only after consistency, not before. So this is exactly why we built our system the way we did, with one shoot day, clear messaging, and consistent posting. Because consistency gives your content more chances to pass the gates. If you're a service business and want this handled without adding another thing to your plate, we help install a short-form content system that compounds its value quietly over time and builds trust with your target audience. If you want to see whether this fits for your business, click the link in the description below. So let's talk about the most important overarching idea of this video. In 2026, the algorithm is not broken. It isn't against you. Most businesses just never make it past the early gates. And once you understand that, content stops feeling random and starts feeling like a system. Thank you for watching.